phase one, we'll say, of intent data was centered around sales and marketing. That's where the CEO, the organization would look at to go in full force. Let's say phase two we're going to enter into now, and that's distributing or democratizing, if you will, the understanding and use of intent data. What surprises do you think you're going to see, Bill, in perhaps the PR, the strategy of getting into market and awareness around companies, and Jeff, yourself? What surprises do you think we're going to see in phase two? I can start with what I think a surprise is going to be.
I'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I'm thinking.
I think the whole consulting industry is going to grapple in this because people don't know it. There's an opportunity to explain it and how to make it actually apply to their business. So I think that's going to be a main driver in phase two, that whole how do we implement and use intent data? Not just this is the concept and the idea, but how do we get it implemented? Because that's the real challenge. If you can't implement, you can't execute.
Yep.
I think that's the big surprise in phase two, the thrust, the big growth area.
I would wholeheartedly agree, honestly, with that. So I spent some time as a fractional CMO. And that implementation, right? The insight is interesting, but turning intelligence into action is the next step. And It's a critical step because otherwise it just lives as a dashboard.
Exactly.
So what do I do with this? The hard part is there's not a lot of consultants who get the stuff we just talked about. Mm-hmm. Right? They're especially marketing consultants, right? Their brains are still smarter advertising, content, and sales prioritization. And so it's a different level of consultant to some extent, or one that has that opportunity to grow. Mm-hmm. So there has to be some maturation, even just in the consulting market along those lines of how do I implement this in a way to unlock all those other strategy components we were talking about.
Mm-hmm. I'll talk to you about that, Jeff, offline.
Yeah, and I appreciate this question. I think it's a great one. I guess I do imagine that there will be a lot more use of intent data to produce, not just at large publications, but as Jeff said, for corporate blogs, where the best article is answering a question that just occurred to you, right? Mm-hmm. You just started to wonder about something, and then you see an article about it. That's great. Intent data enables companies and reporters and editors to be answering questions just when they're starting to bubble up, and to write the appropriate answer, enough material, not too much, so that people can make a better success of their business. And that is, I think, the future of intent data from a PR and sort of reporting journalistic perspective.
The piece I'd add on there, it's kind of a personal goal of mine, is to save the world from kind of one bad campaign at a time, right? We have all experienced bad marketing and sales campaigns. We've all experienced bad content. We've experienced stuff that's irrelevant. And the hope is with intent data, number one, we bring a whole next level of relevancy, right? To our businesses, to our campaigns, to our sales teams, et cetera. But then it still comes down to the human. That's kind of going back to your chat GPT kind of AI question earlier. Sure, it can write some of it, but we still need that human element to, we're asking people to give up the most valuable resource in the world that they have, which is time, to engage with our brands, to engage with our content, right? Even if I'm a writer or a publisher or anything like that. So bringing relevance, but I still have to hit that topic. I still have to nail kind of that piece that's going to deliver value in exchange for their time. And that's where you still need that human side. But I think we get a lot closer with a lot more potential to nail that with kind of the broader applications of intent data.
Hi, Ted Wolf here. I want to thank you for joining us for this Implementors video. The Implementors podcast is presented by Guidewise, where we, along with our vetted member community, recognize that ideas are easy, but implementation is hard. To learn more about getting things done with Guidewise, please visit us at guidewise.io. And to conquer your implementation struggles, please like and share this video and subscribe to our channel. Happy implementing.